Amaka had it all: brains, beauty, and a thriving career. Yet, society's expectations weighed heavily on her. Every family gathering was a reminder for her to get married, and her mother's calls always ended with, "When will you give me grandchildren?" Amaka was tired of constantly being reminded that she needed to get married. 2 years ago, she had dated a man who seemed perfect, assertive, confident, and financially successful. But the relationship ended in disappointment. The relationship had left her heartbroken. So, Amaka had decided to face her career and forget about love. She had been enjoying her single status until her mom called her again, and during their discussion, her mom had asked her when she would be getting married. Amaka felt sad afterwards and confided in her friend. That was when Kioma, her colleague and friend, stepped in. Kioma knew about Amaka's love life and was determined to help her friend find happiness again. One day, during lunch break, Kioma visited Amaka in her office, her eyes filled with determination. She told Amaka about Tund. "Please, Amaka, just meet him," she pleaded. "It's just dinner. We are all going out together for the dinner, and so there'd be no pressure." "Amaka, just this once," she pleaded, gripping her friend's hand. "No expectations. I just want you to meet someone new. You deserve a fresh start." Amaka sighed, her hesitation clear. "Kioma, I don't know if I'm ready for all this." I know," Kioma reassured her, squeezing her hand gently. "But you can't keep hiding forever because of one bad experience. This guy is different, I promise. Just come, enjoy the food, and if nothing else, at least you'll have a good meal in my company. Please." After a long pause, Amaka finally nodded. "All right, fine. But if I don't like him, you owe me dessert." Kioma grinned. "Deal." Amaka still hesitated, but Kioma's persistence won her over. She agreed to meet Tund, the man Kioma had chosen for her. At first, Amaka was unimpressed. Tund was a therapist and doing well in his career, but Tund seemed too soft, too emotional, and too nice. Kioma encouraged Amaka to give Tund a chance. And so, as Amaka and Tund spent more time together, she began to see him in a different light. Tund was patient, kind, and genuinely interested in Amaka. But Amaka saw his kindness as a weakness. "You need to toughen up," she told him one evening over dinner. "Life isn't always about emotions." Tund smiled. "And yet, emotions are what makes us human." He noticed little details about Amaka, like her favorite books and the way she tapped her fingers when she was stressed. Amaka continued to keep Tund at arm's length, yet she was drawn to his consistency. He was there when she needed to vent about work, there when she got back to her flat exhausted, and just needed a warm voice to soothe her. Unlike past relationships, she never had to second-guess his intentions. Tund became her safe place. With time, Amaka found herself drawn to Tund, but still, her pride refused to let her fully embrace his love. One weekend, Tund invited Amaka on a trip to Badagry, a quiet coastal town outside Lagos. Initially, she refused, but after much persuasion from Kioma, she agreed to go. The trip changed everything because it was eye-opening. Away from the hustle and bustle of Lagos, Amaka saw a different side of Tund. He was deeply compassionate while engaging with locals and sharing stories of people he had helped heal through therapy. They stayed in separate rooms but would meet outside during the daytime and spend the day together. The humid air of Badagry carried the scent of the sea, mingling with the distant aroma of roasted plantains and fresh fish sizzling on open grills. Amaka went to patronize the people who were selling plantain and fish. The plantain and fish were well roasted and the aroma was good. Amaka walked along the historic slave route, her fingers trailing the rough edges of the ancient chains displayed at the museum. She could almost hear the echoes of past sufferings, the heavy footfalls of captives being led to an uncertain fate. The weight of history pressed on her shoulders, reminding her of the resilience of the slaves. In the afternoon, Amaka took a walk along the beachfront. As she got to the waterfront, the waves lapped gently against the shore and she felt very joyful. She enjoyed visiting beaches, and that was one of the reasons she had agreed to visit Badagry with Tund. Moreover, she was due for a vacation. She had a long walk by the beachfront. As she was walking, she took a deep breath, letting the salty breeze cleanse her spirit. But no matter how far she traveled, memories of her past relationships still filtered into her mind. Every time, She remembered her past relationship. She felt very sad. Her ex-boyfriend, Mark, had been a master manipulator. At first, he was charming, showering her with gifts and attention. But soon, the cracks began to show. He would belittle her achievements, claiming she was nothing without him. One evening, she had dressed up to go for a dinner with Mark. She wore a simple blue dress, hugging her figure modestly. But the moment Mark saw her, his expression darkened. "Who are you trying to impress?" he hissed, grabbing her wrist. "You look like a desperate woman seeking attention." Amaka had to go back into her room and change the gown. Amaka attended a female secondary school and the ladies had a dinner to celebrate themselves. Amaka had a great day with her friends. They arrived early enough and they all looked beautiful. They had great conversations and Amaka felt very joyful, but that joy ended when she got back home. Mark drove to her house that evening and caused a scene, asking her why she attended the event without him. Once she attended the office end of your party and he also got angry with Amaka. Another time during an argument, he had smashed her phone against the wall, his face twisted in rage. "You make me do this," he had shouted, his voice raw with anger. The next morning, he brought her an expensive phone and apologized as if that could erase the damage. Amaka had ignored the red flags for too long, trapped in the cycle of his love bombing and emotional abuse. But standing at the beachfront, with the waves murmuring their endless song, she knew she had broken free. Badagry wasn't just a place of history, it was a place of liberation. And this time, the chains that had bound her were gone for good. Back at the hotel, Tund was glad to see her. Tund had attended a meeting online and thereafter, he discussed about his job as a therapist and the meeting. Amaka listened, captivated by his compassion and empathy. That night as they sat outside, Tund turned to Amaka and said, "I know you've been hurt before, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. I'll support you. I'll listen to you. And I'll love you for who you are." Amaka felt a lump form in her throat. No one had ever spoken to her like that before. No one had ever made her feel so seen, so heard. For the first time, she wondered if she had been looking at love all wrong. She made up her mind to return the love that Tund gave her. The next day, Amaka and Tund left Badagry back to Lagos. Amaka was now hopeful about her relationship with Tund. She decided to give him a chance and take the relationship to a new level. A week after the Badagry trip, Amaka went to a supermarket to pick up some groceries. As she was trying to pay the cashier, she saw a familiar face. It was Mark. Mark, the man who once left her heartbroken. He was looking wealthier and more charming than ever. "Wow, look at my beautiful lady," he said to Amaka. "I've been searching everywhere for you. I couldn't call you because I found out that you blocked me everywhere." He went ahead to apologize for all he had done to her. Thereafter, he pleaded with Amaka to go on a dinner date with him. Amaka was confused and Mark pressurized her and she agreed. During the dinner, Mark told her that he had changed and was ready for commitment. Amaka had missed him, but immediately, she came to her senses. Once upon a time, this was everything Amaka wanted, but something felt off. She told Mark that she would think about it. Tund noticed a shift in Amaka's behavior and asked her what was wrong. Amaka confessed to Tund about running into Mart and how he wanted to marry her. Tund smiled and told her that he has chosen not to fight over Amaka. He said he had always believed that love should be freely given, not forced. "If you choose Mark, I won't stop you. But ask yourself a good question. Is it love or familiarity that's pulling you back to him?" A week later, Amaka attended an event with Mark. At the event, Mark belittled a waiter, dismissed Amaka's opinions, and disrespected her in front of people. It dawned on Amaka that Mark was still the same emotionally unavailable man she had walked away from before. When Mark dropped her off, she told him not to get in touch with her again. Mark asked for a reason and Amaka told him that her heart belonged to someone else. That night, she thought about Tund and hoped that he still had a place in his heart for her. The next day, she reached out to Tund, but his number didn't go through. Amaka called Kioma to ask if she had heard from Tund. Kioma delivered the shocking news. Tund was moving to Ghana for a new job offer. Panic set in, and Amaka rushed to his house, hoping she wasn't too late. When Tund opened the door, his face was unreadable. Amaka didn't know where to begin. "I was looking for a man who could match my strength," she admitted, "but I didn't realize that love isn't about finding someone who challenges you at every turn. It's about finding someone who brings you peace. Tund watched her for a long moment. Then he asked, "Are you ready to choose me?" Amaka nodded, and Tund smiled. Their journey wasn't perfect, but for the first time, Amaka was willing to let go of her rigid expectations. She finally understood that love wasn't about finding someone who fit a checklist, but about finding someone who made life easier, not harder. She was glad that she had not allowed pride and unrealistic expectations to make her lose Tund. Lessons of the story. Loving yourself has many powerful and positive effects on your life. Here are some key benefits. 1. Boosts self-confidence. When you love yourself, you believe in your worth and abilities. You carry yourself with assurance. 2. Improves mental health. Self-love reduces anxiety, stress, and depression. It creates a sense of inner peace and helps you handle life's challenges with a healthier mindset. 3. Builds better relationships. When you value yourself, you don't settle for toxic or one-sided relationships. You attract people who respect and appreciate you. 4. Helps set healthy boundaries. Self-love teaches you to say no when needed and protect your energy from people or situations that drain you. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more inspiring stories. Until the next video, stay uplifted.